Welcome back. Skillionaire is going to show you this amazing 2v2 that I played in myself. As you can see, in the red is me, in the blue is my teammate, good sir, kind sir. Let's check him out over here. He'll be playing as the French, I'll be playing as the English. On the opposite side, we have another French player in the pink over here with a name that I obviously cannot say, let's be real. And there is a Holy Roman Empire player in the orange with another name that I cannot say. We're going to go and check them out. We're going to go and scout. I'm a bit nervous that I'm expecting French cavalry at any moment. It doesn't look like... It seems like my fears were sort of founded, except he didn't come to me. I thought they'd come to me because he was opposite, but instead he's gone for my ally here, who's managed to build some walls up. There's a nerf coming in the next patch to slow this wall building down, so we'll see if that changes, how much that changes. The scout's come into range, but I've managed to scare him off. I am finally online. I've got my like a longbow out just to sort of scare him off, even though he probably could dive that, but you know, but he would have to go under TC. It's probably not worth it. So he got some more knights kind of amassing outside of my ally's base. He's definitely outnumbering my guy, but let's see what Orange is doing. What's his ally doing on this side? Building his barracks up. Got his next landmark out. He's the first to castle. There's a bit of action here. I'm trying to bait this guy into fighting me so that my mate can raid his base. Oh look, we catch a prelate, awesome. But I don't manage to catch him. He's very defensive, very cautious, and I don't manage to bait him into anything he's gonna lose. So my mate goes for it anyway, but instead goes for HRE and loses a knight. Bang! Is taking one worker for one knight worth it? You guys tell me. I'm gonna guess not, but I'm not actually. I'm not entirely sure. The castle age has been reached. We've got the guild hall here, which looks quite cool. I managed to kill another prelate. Prelates just keep on dying this game, eh? They just keep on dying. It would be cool if there was a times 1.5 speed. I think that would be just right, but oh well, this is what it is. I'll have to continue on times 2 for you guys. So we are amassing again. We're like, look, if these guys aren't attacking us, then we're gonna go and attack them, right? Or at least, he said he's gonna go around. He's gonna look for an opening around the back. They are both at castle age now, as well. I'm last place with the teching as usual, but I like to commit to the ages where I'm, you know, where I'm capable. And bang, workers are getting shredded here. Absolutely shredded. Did not see that one come in. He's brought his knights back. His allies started to supply man-at-arms, but he leaves. He does some decent raiding. Meanwhile, I kill another prelate. This guy just cannot collect his relics. I brought a worker up front to sort of cement a hold up here, because, you know, it's all darkness on this side of the map for us. So I thought I'd give us some vision at the same time as giving my English player units the network of castles buff for 20% increased attack speed, should that come to fruition. Oh, he's sending another one. Is he going to get it this time? Is he going to get it this time? What do you think? There's no one here to stop him. I mean, we're amassing over here. We were guarding this relic. We thought he's come for it like 3 times and died 3 times. He'll probably try again. These lot are playing super defensive. Oh, I'm trying to build the tower. I give up. I'm like, nah, it's not going to work. I fight here, and I tell my mate, look, I will take these 2, because I've scouted this with my scout, right? I tell him, go and kill these workers. To be fair, now I think about it, he probably didn't need to send all his knights. He could have sent half his knights and maybe done the same job. But anyway, it's fine. I just thought, if I lose this fight, it's okay. What I want to happen is for you to get big wins and big gains. Clearly, he's so distracted over here that he's trying to micro run from my spears. Meanwhile, my archers are trying to kite his... I'm doing my best to keep him busy. It does seem to have worked. I think losing my army is probably worth it. I don't lose absolutely everyone. Guys are continuing to chase me. Look how cool they look. It's so awesome, the models in this game. I managed to get away and save 2. Is that worth it? Again, you guys tell me. This guy lost a lot, to be fair. I mean, I think it probably was. But, you know, we'll see. But bear in mind that longbowmen and spears, you know, they're just food and wood, right? So, I think it's probably worth it in the long run. He's trying to sort of counter hold the territory with his own towers. Doesn't seem to be working out, although my ally is in trouble here. I do have a fresh force coming in, but they're not really gonna get there. So it's a lot of poking. There's a lot of running away, coming back, stabbing at what we can. We're doing our best, but ultimately starts torching my towers. ultimately, you know, we are behind. Like, I'm still in feudal, you know. I know that's terrible, but somehow it's just happened this way. I guess I prioritized other things. I'm still trying to build the white tower. Perhaps I should have more workers on this. Another fight takes place here. And we do sort of lose it again. We just sort of can't really handle it. They've kind of mixed in a few crossbows in here to give my friend's knights a bit of trouble. And now I'm just going to get absolutely taken down. At this point, we were getting a bit nervous. We're like, oh my god, this is starting to really, turn. Everyone kind of gets cut down, chased and cut down. My mate's expanded over here. French players come back here. We probably should have made a play. Like, we should have known that, you know what, he's probably going to try go there again. Might be worth just sending 1 or 2 knights. Because sometimes that's all you need. Like, that's something I've learned. You don't need to commit your whole army to harassment, right? As long as if you're killing if you're killing as many as you can, that's great. But if you are, if you're stopping your opponent's workers from collecting, that's also good. Like, idle time is pretty good. There we go, Skillionaire finally made it. Made it to the castle age. This answers one of my questions, by the way. I was wondering. I asked my teammate this game, can our priests heal each other's units? Turns out the answer is yes. Which is quite cool. So there we go. Now we know. They start collecting sacred sites. So I suppose for the passive gold. So let's speed this up now. And we're a bit nervous. We're like, oh, should we contest? Should we contest? We see how many units. We know how badly we lost the first fight. They're contesting another one who's building a wall around it. It does feel like they might be going for some sort of sacred site situation. They're perhaps a bit afraid to push. But my mate goes, no, I'm going to contest this. Bang, another prelate dead. Goes in and tries to stop it. This huge army mobilizes to catch him, and he tries to run for it. He runs, and he just about makes it by the looks of it. Yeah, he makes it. There we go. He makes it. I'm sort of preparing now for them to keep pushing. I'm like, this is it. This is the moment. And they stop for whatever reason, right? I don't know why, but they just stop. And I think this is a huge mistake from them. I don't understand why they wouldn't like come and try and fight. But maybe they just don't think they can do it yet. To be fair, maybe they need more siege. It does look like he's sort of going in. Good Sir is the first to hit Imperial Age. We finally beat them in the tech tree, which is nice to see. And he's amassing out here. My mate spots him at this point, and he lets me know. He's like, yo, they're amassing here. I'm like, okay, shit, all right, let's mobilize, boys. Let's go. I've built my mangonels. This is pre-patch. These things are still quite good. Maybe post-patch they will still be good. Well, time will tell, but they have received a big nerf, as you guys probably already know. And now he starts torching this to put pressure on this side. At the same time, this guy goes around here and fights. Is this a good idea? I would suggest maybe not, because it feels like he needs the crossbows over here to kill the knights. But here we go. I show up. My mangonels really start raining down. I finally managed to start like shredding through his tankiness. And I got some man-at-arms in here for my own tankiness. He kind of manages to get through, but what's he really doing? I mean, he kills a handful of workers, I suppose. Oh, he goes for the conversion. No, it doesn't work out. That's a shame. Yeah. Oh, I guess he couldn't fit any more in here. Is it 3 as a max? I'm not really sure. And now they try and escape. There is a wall here. What's he doing? This is one brave knight, isn't he? Bang! Oh man, one man at arms to go die with him. More and more of our guys go over here to try and deal with this problem. There is still a fight here. I have withdrawn with my longbows, which were being chased by the man at arms. I put them inside the white tower for the extra arrow fire coming out. And I'm hoping, even though they're kind of resistant to the arrow fire, I'm hoping eventually they'll sort of, it's hard to push under the white tower, right? So I'm hoping they'll back off, which they do. Because they don't have any proper like building damage with them. Just got this spring all to destroy my mangonels. They haven't really been able to do anything, so they've had to back, right? It didn't come with anything in particular to destroy buildings with, so it didn't really work out. Notice what we've started building here. I've got a market here. My mate's got a market here. We decide that we're going to trade with each other using the corners of the map. We've got a pathway along the back of the base for the traders to walk, and we're hoping this is going to help allow us to sort of generate the gold to catch up. Let's look at what's happening on their base. Oh, hang on. There's a bit of a... Oh, yeah, so I started to poke a little bit. I want to try and kill some knights. Turns out I don't really do much damage to knights. I probably should have been shooting at the crossbows. At some point, I do realize that, and I do change target. I just want to kill, like, one more knight, and I managed to get him, and then I changed target to the crossbows. Hey, man, better than nothing. I'm picking them off, eh? taking him off. I'm not entirely sure why he's back in, to be fair. I do feel like with the right micro, he could crossbow the man-at-arms and take him out, send the knights round. Maybe he's scared of the spearmen, to be fair. Oh, and my mate's here as well. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too brave. That's what it is. I expect other people to be as well. I mean, his boy is just sitting here doing nothing, so I'm not sure. All right, let's speed this up again. So now this French player's moved over to this gold. We should definitely have been punishing this. We should have known that this guy was going to try and expand, right? I mean, why not? There's resources on the map. Why wouldn't you expand? We did it. I mean, I have this worker here because of this market, but you know, look at my teammate. Literally, they're doing the same thing, but on opposite sides. You know, if they were doing it, they're probably doing it too, right? Just something to consider in future games. So they start deciding they're going to start taking the map with some outposts. They're really kind of knuckling down for the long game. They've decided, okay, we're going to really like try and hold the map because they're afraid to try and push. They're afraid to siege, which is and not a good decision in my opinion. He builds a forward defensive landmark to hold the map even more. I kind of feel like players are too afraid, maybe in our ranks down here in the gold or whatever. Maybe sometimes people get too afraid to try and end the game. I don't really understand why. Just fucking go for it, boys. But anyway, so the traders start pumping out, giving us that sweet gold income, which we're hoping is going to try and turn the tides of the game. A lot of farms from this player here. Looks a very pretty base. But he's got his market, but they're not trading. I think that's quite a significant thing to bear in mind. I mean, it's my understanding that French is a trader civ, right? It's one of their perks, apparently. So it's strange that he's not using it. So I know there are better trading civs in the game, but this is very inefficient. You really need to rebuild your lumber camp like much closer to the tree line. Anyway, so a little bit of action takes place here, but it's just a bit of poking. We want to destroy these towers. My mate starts to get out his royal cannons. We don't want him to completely box us in here where we can't see, because if you bear in mind, like from our perspective, if we go to Good Sir now and a selected player only, you know, we can't actually see that much. We're a bit afraid of what's going on. Oh, it looks like we do sort of go in this direction, but we perhaps stop to torch some cannon outposts. You can see the long line of traders along the back here that's working really well for us. It's something that they should be stopping too. So yeah, it's scary times because we don't know what's going on and we're afraid to leave our base. But it looks like they've decided they're going to go for the Sacred Site victory. A ballsy play. So far I haven't seen any Sacred Site victories in the time that I've been playing. Or maybe it happens in the higher league games, I'm not sure. Which, by the way, I do intend to start casting some of those as well. Just when I get a little bit more used to the game and I can actually comment on what's going on a bit more. So huge fight breaks out. We decide we have to do something. We have to do something. We go forward. We set up mangonel, start firing, and good God, do we get absolutely annihilated. And we like, okay, that fight went so badly. That fight went so badly. Like, I'm doing what I can to get some minimal gains. You know, minimal gains. I've got the attack speed buff now. Maybe I can kill a few of these lot. Maybe they're still pushing. The rest of his army didn't keep pushing. So we do manage to sort of do some stuff. Oh, and here comes the knights. The knights come charging in. And they smash the mangonels immediately. It's something we're going to be seeing more commonly in the next patch, I hear, as cavalry are far superior against taking out siege now, which is awesome. I mean, I just love cavalry, so it's cool to see them in. And here we go. So at this point, we're like, oh my God, this is probably it now. They're finally ready. They're finally ready. And yeah, well, let's see how this pans out. See how this pans out for us. I do intend to have like a little spoiler protection tag on the timeline here when I post the video. If you like what I do, guys, I super appreciate a like or even a sub, because like I say, I'm going to keep doing stuff like this. And let me know what other kinds of videos you want to see. I'm really enjoying this game, and I really enjoy making content for you guys. So, we managed to sort of just about hold, and it's looking dire, but for some reason they stopped. Like okay, he's got culverins, but the man's got no bombards or cannons. Like, this is good anti-siege, which again, changing in the next patch, but for now, as far as I'm aware, it's not the best at taking down buildings, is it? You know, low damage versus buildings, it says right there. So it's an interesting decision. It's almost like everything about them is defensive, which I suppose makes sense if their strategy is to win by holding sacred sites. The problem is I need to actually capture this sacred site. So here they come. They finally bring the prelate along. They're maybe like 30th prelate this game. And I built the Berkshire here because I presume that I could potentially be in trouble from this side from the amount of outposts. And it does seem to work. What I should have done is built it in range to fire onto the sacred site. We knew at this point they were going for sacred sites, and I should have done that. That's my bad. So we managed to go in manually and stop him, and these guys just do nothing to react. They do finally start bringing out like the big bombards. Finally, they realize their mistake. They're bringing out the bombards to try and stop us. My boy here's got his idle workers. There they are, the tree lines finished. That's why I'm building more and more farms, because as you can see, I've also finally reached the Imperial Age with the Berkshire and everything. I'm generating gold, passive gold from the farms. Yeah, so let's see how this continues. You can see the huge armies are amassing here. I'm going to slow it down to when the next fight happens so we can get a good look at it, because there's such a mixture of troops happening. We've got Reboldaquins, or Royal Reboldaquins, I could say, Bombards and Culverins. It's really cool to see. I love these massive armies amassing. I've got tons of Springalds because I feel like we're on the defensive. There's no point in me making building destroyers yet. So these guys decide to build a dock, and they're making a galleass for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe for that long-range fire support. But yeah, we'll see how that pans out. On this side, they're starting to build a stone wall, and we're like, we can't let this happen. We can't let this happen, right? So once, thankfully, they do fall into range of the castle, and they start getting shot up, so they can't actually finish the stone wall they're trying to build. Meanwhile, look how many more traders we've got now. Like, there's so many traders going on, and they've got none. They've run out of gold here, or just about nearly run out of gold. And here we go. Fight kicks off. We decide this is it. We got to go for it. We're going to lose here, or we're going to, you know, potentially win here, but we have to try. We all charge in. The mass begins. The Reboldaquins probably getting some mad kills here. And I try to target my Springalds on every piece of siege that he has. I'm shift-clicking everything, but he does come in with his archers, and he does start moving me down a little bit. On this side, we've got the Bombards, absolutely smashing these lot. My mate has a Culverin to help taking them down, which is quite cool. And somehow, maybe because we're under the fire of the castles, I have the attack speed buffs as well, because I'm on super defensive mode here. Somehow, we managed to hold. God, I still don't know how. Even after watching it again, you got allies here not doing anything. They really need to bring in their reinforcements, and they're on the defensive now. You got a bit of a force here, but they won't stand. They won't stand to our fire. We have so many more crossbows, I should add, than we used to have. Both of us have massed crossbows and teched them up. So perhaps that was one of the reasons why their forces melted. With their mana arms and knights combo, the crossbow counters both, right? So we really managed to push them back like that. They haven't given up though. They're still coming in. We've sort of lost our force, but we do say, look, keep going, keep going, keep going. More and more production buildings, more and more production runs, just pumping out troops using my new hotkey setup. Check out my previous video for that. I'm loving this setup. It makes such a big difference. It comes in. I managed to stab some of these guys. I'm making the spears now, and yeah, we managed to. I mean, it's a clusterfuck. I'll give you that. Maybe it's not as organized as the pro fights, but we're doing our best. Even more knights come in, and slowly the grind. We managed to push them back. It's like some kind of tower defense, and we say to ourselves now, this is it. We have to go. We have to keep going. We lose the game now, or we win the game now. We go in and we kill maybe the 57th prelate of this match. Absolutely insane how many times we've killed those fucking priests or prelates. I don't even know what that word means, to be honest. I'm not much don't know much about religious terminology, but yeah. On this side here, they've got this stupid boat waiting for us to come into range, and they've also amassed another force quite quickly, to their credit. We have a shitload of traders. Look on the mini-map. God damn, eh? So we're getting my biggest problem is wood. It reaches a point where I need to look how inefficient this is. Yeah, there we go. I looks like I react. We reached a point where we're like, I'm actually buying wood for my markets because there's just not enough wood on the map. And this kind of does start blasting us. So I start building a keep here. We managed to blast that outpost. We're chipping away. We're taking the map back. Slowly but surely taking the map back. Rebuilding our army. They're rebuilding theirs. We're waiting for a big fight. But look at this. What I didn't show you here is that these lot run out of wood. I walked forward to see if I can steal their resources. I see a tower, I torch it a little bit, that's why the health is low, and then I run off. And somehow this epic debate has worked. Because this guy has moved all his forces to like kind of kill. He's like, oh, workers, I'm going to go kill these guys. Which at this stage of the game, the workers are, you know, a little bit less important. Like, I've got so much income. So we go, all right, let's go in. This guy is like, these are missing like a big, you know, 20% of their army. So we go in. And this is what happens. Absolutely storming through. We're trying to micro as best we can, using the, you know, using the longbows to hit the right things. But mostly, I'm focusing on making sure the Springalds are hitting the right things. And we're absolutely mopping them now, especially with my mate's royal cannons as well, and an extra firepower. Yeah, these guys killed some of my workers. Most, actually, maybe he killed all of them, to be fair. But he killed some of my teammates' workers as well. And he's trying to torch buildings. But frankly, I don't really care. Like, he's under White Tower, he's under this keep here, and he's getting absolutely mowed. And he's not really going to be able to do that much. At least we just decide that he can't do that much, and we decide to push in this direction. Just keep going. Let them do whatever the fuck they want back here. I mean, how much damage could they possibly do, right? You know, and so, and then they, as you can see, we start mopping them. But here, we keep going. We keep going. We're like, this is our moment. This is the counter attack. This is the counter attack right here. It's beautiful to watch, isn't it? So let's have a quick look at what's going on elsewhere around the map. We've got this guy just desperate for wood as well. He should really build a new outpost over here. He's building more production buildings because they realize they're in panic mode. They realize we're on a counter attack. We are trying to blitzkrieg this as fast as we can and push in and just really make the most of this push. This guy is still... Oh, look, they have started trading. There we go. They are trading. Not the best trade distances or anything, but they are doing it. Compared to us, I mean, they got nothing on us. Let's just have a look what's going on here. We do take out the dumb ship and destroy the dock. There's a couple more here, but you know, we can just hit them with the cannons. So like, I think that was a bad idea. There is some more action taking place. There's like constant sort of waves. I was like, oh shit, this knight is hitting my guys, so I reorganize them. I do love a line formation with my archers. I do what I can to bring them back, and we have more guys just pouring into the front line. On both sides, on this side we've got the French, on this side we've got the English. When the English and the French team up, there's nothing that can't be done. Let's go. So, HRE here kind of pushing in. So many man-at-arms. They're just committing to this man-at-arm strat. There's so fucking many of them. I mean, you know, they're undeniably tanky. Oh man, the Reborder Queen looks so cool when it shoots, isn't it? I decided to push forward with a shitload of workers because I want that attack speed buff. This is it now. We want to end the game if we can. You know, it's win or lose. Luktar or Gar or whatever, as the Warcraft saying goes. We push in, we push in. Oh, we trying. And they just swarms of tanky man-at-arms are slowing us down. But just so many crossbows. So many crossbows. I've finally got my flaming arrow upgrade as well. Managed to go in even more. There's not too much else going on around the map except the fact that this guy's moved over and is taking our gold. But we're both kind of good for gold right now, so we're alright. I think I even know it's happening, but I don't have the APM to deal with it, to be honest with you. What's going on over here? Yeah, I'm just building more and more farms like for the income. These are the ones that finished off the wood. Over here, of course, the fight continues. And the wave of crossbows with the attack speed buff, and of course the French crossbows are even better. We managed to sort of finally clean this unlimited wave of man-at-arms. What's the French guy building? Just elite regular archers. What for? I'm not entirely sure. Perhaps to snipe some of our spearmen, but I'm not making as many of them anymore. I have shifted to crossbows. Maybe it's for those trades. They are desperately building keeps. Look how many structures he's got queued right now. They're open, they can fight us off with keeps. They've even, at one point they sort of, maybe it hasn't happened yet to be fair, but I thought they'd try to come here and build a keep and we stopped it. So we keep going, we keep going, we keep going. Building like an absolute wave of towers. I want to always be under the attack speed buff. Always. And at this point we're feeling so good. We're feeling so good. You have no idea the feeling we're feeling. Bear in mind that we thought we basically lost the game. Like we were saying, well, you know, let's keep going. You never know. Let's keep playing, you know, see what we can do before the end. Never give up and all that. And then bang. All of this takes place. There we go. That's it. GG. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Again, if you did, please leave a like on the video. Leave a comment. It really helps a lot. And let me know what else you want to see. Bye-bye.